Hey everyone, welcome to day 13 of the 30-day daily drawing challenge designed to help you build a daily drawing habit in 10 minutes or less per day. Today is the second Fan Art Friday, and I thought we'd do character actors. When I was first thinking of this, I was trying to think of really iconic actors that played didn't necessarily play leading roles, but they have a very distinct look to them. So at first I was thinking of Harry Dean Stanton, who was in Repo Man and Alien, to name a few. He's been in a bunch. But then I was watching the movie 1941, directed by Steven Spielberg, and that's got everybody in it. So at first it was I wanted to do Wild Bill Kelso, John Belushi as Wild Bill Kelso, but then I thought, oh, there's John Candy's in there, Slim Pickens, he's great, especially his role to me would be Dr. Strangelove. But then Dan Aykroyd's in it, Eddie Deason, who I didn't really remember his name, but he was this. He's an actor. He's a character actor. Honestly, he's like a human cartoon in terms of like how he looks and his mannerisms and everything. But Penny Marshall's in it. She played Laverne on Laverne and Shirley, and she directed a whole lot of cool movies too. I'm pretty sure she did Splash, but I can't think. But anyway, Toshiro Mifune is in 1941. Christopher Lee, Ned Beatty, Joe Flaherty, Frank McRae. So anyway, there's a ton in 1941. So, but then I thought, well, I mean, most of those actors are white. So I thought, well, who can I get? Who would? I mean, Frank McRae isn't, but who in my mind do I think of as like my favorite character actors? And the first one that jumped out to me was John Witherspoon. I thought he just played these hilarious extra characters in Hollywood Shuffle. He's got the Winky Dinky dog, Winky Dinky stand. He's great in Fridays as the dad that don't nobody go in there. So, and then he had a YouTube channel. It still exists, but he passed away sadly a few years ago. But it's cooking for poor people, and he just his mannerisms, everything. He was hilarious. And I also thought. But then I was thinking, okay, well, that's a black actor. That's cool. Who can I get, like Asian American? But then I thought Victor Wong, Egg Shen, and I can't remember his character in Tremors off the top of my head for some reason. Anyway, he was great. James Hong as David Lopan. He's been great. He's in a ton of stuff. I think I saw something once where he's been in like more movies than anybody. So, but they're all great. But ultimately, what I ended up going with was somebody whose face is completely iconic, because I figured that would set myself up for success. Part of his whole thing was that he looked so bizarre in terms of his eyes. So that's who I went with, is Marty Feldman. Marty Feldman is who I'm going to be drawing today. And I've got a few pictures that I picked out. I'm going to go with him as Igor in Young Frankenstein. I'm going to start my timer, get my photo pulled up. He's got, you'll see, I'll put that in there. And I'm going to hold my camera. I'm going to hold my phone today to see if that helps me with my angles. So what I want to do is going to pull through some of the negative spaces that I'm looking at here. So he's got this real big eyebrow. His eyes were really big and a little wall-eyed, I think is the term, but I'm not sure. He did have some kind of a I guess it's not a disease, I don't think, but he had a specific like health issue that caused his eyes to do this, or to look like that. But he's pretty funny. There's a lot of really pretty funny skits with him. There's one called The Bookshop. I think John Cleese has it as his favorite skit that he ever did, or one of his favorites, I should say. I'm sure he's got a ton. When you're having fun? Why pick a favorite? It's like saying, well, I like this. If you're eating a box of chocolates and you say, well, or you like them all. Chocolate isn't. I guess a square of, if you're eating a square of chocolate, like, oh, was that one more favorite than one of the other squares that was part of the same bar? I don't think so. Anyway, let's see if I can get his. Now, people that, artists that do caricatures, I'm sure have some better methods for getting a quick semblance, getting a quick, making sure the likeness is correct. They probably have some better quick cheats, which aren't really cheats. I guess I should say quick like methods and tools for developing a character, making sure it looks like him. Let's get some of the shading, because there's a pretty abrupt. So, and the reason I say Igor instead of Igor is that's one of the gags of the movie, is that they're mispronouncing the names, because Gene Wilder's character as Dr. Frankenstein wants to not be associated with his I think uncle. So he says his name is Frankenstein, and he corrects people the whole time. So he starts saying Igor, and then he says, actually, my name is Igor. He says a sign in front of it that says freshly dead. It's all in calligraphy. And my concern isn't so much for the calligraphy at this point. It's just I want to get it in there a little bit. And make sure you get your darks in there. Shading behind this side of his nose. Big bushy eyebrows. The photo I'm working from looks like it must have been old in somebody's collection, because it's got a lot of scratches and things on it. Let's see, bushy eyebrow. This comes down. And my scales and everything, the exactness is off, but like I said, this is really my first time ever drawing Marty Feldman. So you're going to I think you're going to make those mistakes. The first time you're drawing anybody, you're going to have some issues with scale, or I shouldn't say that. The more you draw people, the better you'll get at making sure that your proportions are correct, and your method for rendering them is going to be better. So I don't have a whole side of his head, so there's something I got to fake in here. Let's get it to look wider. It's not quite so. Just kind of a sharp edge here. See some of his hood on this side. But if you haven't seen Young Frankenstein, I think you should give it a chance. It's one of the funnier movies ever made. Mel Brooks. I think it's got Peter Boyle is Frankenstein. It's classic. Terry Garr, she's in it. What's the other? Madeline Kahn. There's some great roles. Cloris Leachman. Okay, let's see if we can get some of these darkers. Pen's breaking apart a little bit. Pencil's breaking apart. All right, let's make sure I'm not in. Make sure this is not in shadow for you all as you're watching this. Sometimes with some materials, so with pencil, you would have to, if you made a mistake and you want this to be your final thing, you would have to use an eraser to correct yourself. But with some things like paintbrushes, you can get close and then kind of model, almost like you're sculpting with the tool. You can model the form and get it to be. This is kind of not quite so high up. It's hard because there's a couple of shadows here. So we kind of come through here. Now I do have one more picture. Let's go with this. Let's switch. I'm going to switch up photos. Got one other photo of him. This is more of a straight on shot. And so let's see if we can get this. His hair kind of comes through here. His eyes, I'm looking at, let's see, he's got this brow here. The photographer that took this picture really did a good job of lighting it, so you can get a really good shadows. Make sure that I'm getting the let's see, his nose is here. Got kind of a half smile here. Like I said, his eyes didn't quite look straight ahead. Right, in this photo, his left one is though. So he's got some really nice ridges on his forehead. Pretty prominent cheekbones. Make sure I'm getting this here. Distinctive chin. Oh, distinctive chin. That reminds me that Bruce Campbell was one of my thoughts too at some point. Oh, there's the 10 minutes flying by when you're having fun. All right, let's get in some of these other shadows real fast, so it kind of has some semblance of who he is. But you can see how a real contrasty image will help you with. Now I'm just scribbling for hair. It'll really help you with your forms of the face, or anything. It really helps you. Really help you see the form of things. His eyes too far over. Keep going. It's going to be a little over the 10 minutes, But hey, I'm having fun with this. If you took the 10 minutes, that's great. If you only were able to do 4 or 5 minutes, that's great too. Don't forget, this is you're trying to develop a habit. So you're basically exercising a muscle. And the more you can do this, the more you draw, you should get better. But also, you're just gonna get into the habit of doing it. You're always, make it easier on yourself. Make sure you've got your pencils with you, or pen. Got a little, if you need to, carry a sketchbook with you. Get a nice small one if you need to have it in a pocket. If you've got a bag that you can carry, then make sure it's in your bag. Just always, the more you carry it with you, the easier it'll be for you to, the easier it will be for you to draw that day. All right, let's see here. Just a little scumble in there. The eyebrows. It's going to look mostly like him. All right. Okay. I think I'm going to call it. So, hope you had fun today. And I know I did. So, I know I had fun. Hope you had fun today. Tomorrow we are our second Monster Matinee, zombies. And the fun thing about a zombie is that it's basically drawing a person and then making them look terrible. So that's a win. How that's gotta be perfect. You can't draw people? Well, we're drawing zombies. So you get to make something that sort of looks like a person, but then has terrible things wrong with it. So, to me, I guess that's fun. But it's one of those things that's another exercise to try and make things a little bit easier, so that you can not be intimidated by your blank sketchbook page, and you're just having fun. Find things, find different things. Today, if you didn't get a character actor that you wanted to do, that's perfectly fine. Going with a main actor or a main actress, or really any person that you wanted to draw is perfectly fine for today, because really the key is getting in your time drawing. So I hope you had fun again, and yeah, thanks a lot. I really appreciate it. Please give me a like if you haven't done so, a share with your friends, and if you haven't done so already, please be sure to subscribe. Every subscription helps. Right now, I think I'm at about 86 people, and I would love to get over 100. Would be awesome. So the more people that can see this stuff, and the more people that like it, it's great. So, hey, if you give a person a reason to smile, you just might get to smile too. So thanks a lot. I really appreciate it again. Love you all. See you tomorrow. Bye.